Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Obro. Today we are going to study about insulators and refractories. So there are two parts. One is the insulators and another is refractories. So we have heard in the science in the elementary level, there are three types of conductor. That is, one is the conductor, other is semiconductor, and other is an insulator. So it is a basic that conductor means where the electricity passes or the heat can pass through without any resistance, and other is a semiconductor which lies the conductivity between the conductor and an insulator. An insulator is a material through which the heat cannot pass. That means it is totally one substance where the heat or the current cannot pass through it. So we can come to a topic insulators. So what is basically an insulator? Insulator is a poor conductor of heat and has a very low thermal conductivity. That means if house is made with the insulator, so there will not be any gain of heat, nor there will be any loss of heat. So in case the insulator is being used in the buildings and in manufacturing process to prevent the heat loss or to gain any heat in that place or area. So what are the benefits of an insulator? It reduces the overall energy consumption, and other is it offers better process control by maintaining the process temperature. So totally a process temperature it maintains. Suppose I give an example in case of boiler. So boiler to burn is required for maybe 900 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius. So if there is a loss of heat in the boiler, so the temperature may reduce to 500. So if there is a reduction in the temperature, ultimately the efficiency of a boiler will reduce. So it has to be tied with an insulation. Insulation will be done, so there will not be any loss of heat, and the temperature will be maintained within 900 to 1000 degree Celsius. So this is one thing that is why this process is being controlled by maintaining the process temperature. And other is it prevents the corrosion by keeping exposed surface of a refrigerated system above the dew point. So it keeps, even in the case of refrigeration in the fridge, so when the fridge temperature is suppose 0 degrees Celsius or 4 degrees Celsius, so if there is a heat gain, so ultimately the food kept in the refrigeration or in the household fridges, so the food may get spoiled because of excess heat, so there will not be any loss of cool also in the refrigeration system. Other is there, it provides a fire protection to the equipment in the case of fire service is being used. And other is it also absorbs the vibration. When the case of earthquake, vibrations or landslide, there happens what? It absorbs the vibration. So it will also provide comfort to the person staying inside a home. So basically there are three types of insulators. They are according to the temperature. One is the low temperature insulator, that is up to 90 degrees Celsius. So that some example are magnesia, wood, cork, that is the low temperature insulators. Other we come to the maximum temperature, that is 90 to 325 degrees Celsius. Another is a higher temperature. So the asbestos which is used in the rooftop of houses, so asbestos are also used as insulators. So that there are also many types of asbestos which can come under medium temperature as well as the high temperature, as well as the silicon oxide and other kinds of minerals also even comes under the materials come under the higher temperature. Now there are two types of insulators on that basics of the chemical property. That is, one is on organic insulators and other is an inorganic insulators. So what we mean by organic and inorganic? Organic means insulators are that insulators which are being made out of hydrocarbon polymers. So now we'll go one by one on the basis or another type of insulators based on the chemical property.